Hi guys, welcome, and I decided to do this little video to touch up on a topic which has been all the rage today, which has to do with the TANGZU ShiminLi encounter uh, issue or problem or possible problem or whatever you want to call it. But before getting into that, and so that you guys can understand, I would say probably the craziness that this hobby is for me. I just wanted to kind of show a little bit that when I say I have multiple sets of something, I do. It's not a lie, and I'm not going to do what I'm about to do to in any way show off or anything. No. If I do it for a true passion for this hobby first. Secondly, because I think I owe it to all of the people that follow me to understand that I put a genuine effort in this. I am by no means a wealthy man, far from it. What I do have is a major mental disturbance. But anyway, I just wanted to quickly show you something, okay, and when I next now show you what I'm going to show you, you'll understand. When I say I measure multiple sets, it's because I really genuinely do have them. Okay, so let me just quickly show you here what I meant by what I'm saying. Okay, so that you guys can understand, when I say I've got multiple sets of something, I mean it. Those are 2 extra boxes of 1 ears that I have there, and I mean, the boxes just pile on and pile on, and that's where I do some of my tuning. And well, there's a few more over there, and yet a few more over there. So yeah, it's true. Yours truly is a little bit disturbed. That's a reality. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit this issue of the TANGZU encounter. And I mean, I've got 2 sets of 1 ears here that I'm going to be showing you the graphs for. I've got 2 sets of ShiminLi, one which is a stock one, this gray one here, one which is a golden set which I retuned to my preference, and you'll start seeing now when I show you the graphs a little bit of all of this and what my take is on all of this. Okay, so let me just, there we go, a little bit less perhaps. Okay, that's it. For the sake of consistency in all of these measurements, I have used a medium-sized narrow whiteboard tip from BGVP. Hope you guys can see it there. Okay, I've used the medium-sized one. Why? Because it's the one that will allow me to insert it into the coupler as deep as it needs to be, and with that obtain the best possible let's say consistency in the measurements. Okay, all right, so let's get started and talk about this. This is the graph of my particular original ShiminLi, the silver one, and as you can see by the graph straight away, here is all that peakiness that was mentioned and that people didn't really like. It made it a little bit over energetic. 74 to 87, that was like a 13 dB pin again, significantly higher than the bass. So all of this made for, yes, it had a nice bass, and the ShiminLi does have a nice bass, but it was just overall a little bit out of balance. Okay, so what yours truly did was he decided, okay, let me see if I can retune this. And I recall retuning it, and I think I was the first one to do it, and a whole bunch of controversy was generated, and I even recall that TANGZU mentioned in a specific message that doing that kind of thing would void warranty. In all honesty, I don't see where changing the vent filter, the nozzle filter, sorry, because that's all I did. I just changed the nozzle filter, is going to void a warranty of an IEM, especially when there are plenty of companies that actually send those mentioned nozzle filters when they start getting dirty and full of wax. So I did that. Okay, that's the retuned one, and by retuning it with the filter that I used, which was a 500 grade, basically a TANGZU filter. It's not really, but for people to understand, what it did was it boosted slightly the bass. Because I actually measured the gold set before doing this to it, and it measured exactly the same as the silver one. So in terms of consistency, that was done perfectly. No, I've got 3 or 4 sets of them, and they all measured accordingly. So I did that swap of the filter, and so I basically maintained the bass, just increased it ever so slightly there, as you can see, and gained a significant amount of control in the upper mids, which completely changed the character of the ShiminLi. In my opinion, it made for a much more pleasant listen, way more pleasant listen. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so then let me just take out my retuned one. Then the 1 year came along. The first set I received of the 1 year was this set that you see graphed here in blue. Nicer, you could say nicer bass shelf, the way the bass was done. A very nice way that the upper mids and the treble is done. And actually, if I just quickly put my retuned ShiminLi, that's my retuned ShiminLi compared to the 1 year, you can see that putting aside the bass, the upper end is very similar. So basically, you could say that the 1 year, the white set at least, is a set that gave us this performance. Way more coherence, everything within a window of roughly 9 dB, so totally different beast, very nice to listen to. I then got a second set of 1 years, and that second set of 1 years measured this way. A big difference in the bass. I mean, we're talking 3 dBs bass difference. Okay, the rest was all the same, as you can see. And this one, this black one, actually is an even closer match to my retuned ShiminLi. Okay, so there you go. That's that. So now enter, and I'm just going to put the original ShiminLi, and enter now the Encounter edition of the ShiminLi. Again, let me reiterate, this is the Encounter edition using the same tip, okay, always the same cable. Bass, you could say, is basically the same, and yes, where things were changed a little bit was in the upper mids and treble, same extension basically past 10K, and the Encounter edition compared to everything again within 74 to 84 within 10 dBs, and the Encounter edition compared to the original ShiminLi is, in my opinion, an improvement. It is. The drivers between one set and the other are different, okay, and it is, for me, more coherent in the way that it sounds. A full review on the Encounter will be coming up as well, but I just felt I had to do this video. Okay, if I now take and I compare it with the 1 year, if I compare it with the first 1 year that I have, I think the graph speaks for itself. They graph exactly the same. Do they sound the same? The differences, honestly, are very small. I'm being totally honest. The differences are genuinely very minor. I really would have to be, honestly, very minor. Compared to the second set of 1 years that I have, the black one, yes, there is a difference. The bass on the second set is significantly fuller, and that also affects the way that the mids, the upper mids, and the treble come across. So I would say, and I would want to consider, especially because the third set that I've measured of 1 year is actually measured closer to this than to that green one, to that green line, so the black set. So I'm going to say that the black set is perhaps a fluke, perhaps a set that has more bass than normal. So considering then that the blue line that I'm showing you here is the more common tune, the more common result that you will obtain with the 1 year using a BGVP medium-sized whiteboard tip, and using that same tip on the ShiminLi Encounter, I have to say that the sound is 99.9% the same. Now, does this mean that the drivers are the same? I don't know for sure. We'll have to wait for TANGZU to come out and actually say what they have to say. They have to speak their justice. I think before that, before we all are quick to crucify and let's wait for them to give a tangible, concrete, properly done explanation for this. But having said all of what I've just said, the reality is this: yes, the Encounter edition does sound nice, but once I've now compared it with the 1 year, and again, this was something which I had planned, but I have to admit that after seeing Hi-Fi's video, it prompted me to want to compare it. I have to say that the sound is, like I said, 99.9% the same. From what I have seen and from what we have all seen from the pictures, it seems like the driver is the same, with only a very slight minor difference in the color, but it's a very, very, very slight difference in the color of the diaphragm of the Encounter. But it's here for everyone to see. Okay. And yeah, that's it, guys. I mean, I'm really hoping that there will be a reply from them soon, talking to us and explaining what is going on. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really, it is what it is. We've had these issues before. We've had these issues with KZ last year, if you guys remember. Their explanation wasn't exactly a very fulfilling one, but it is what it is. So yeah, let's now wait and see what happens. Okay. And again, let me just go back to the beginning. When I was showing you guys all of the IEMs that I have, this is not me showing you off. This is me showing those people that sometimes I get some comments saying that, you get things for free. My friends, all those IEMs I did not get for free. I got them from working hard, busting my ass at work, and I bought 98% of them. I have gotten some units for free, I'm not going to deny, but I've got them from free based on what I have also done. I've worked I've earned my dues. This hasn't come easy. People think that being a reviewer is easy, and this. No, my friends, you have to work hard. Everything in life which is deserving of any sort of respect or appreciation, you have to work hard for it. But sometimes it is frustrating to hear certain people making certain comments which are just whatever. If you're in any way jealous or something, then do the same thing. Go out, work hard, do what I've done, earn your dues, and then you can talk and comment and say. And this again is to show that when I talk about a certain IEM, most likely I have it. Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to do the same that I do with the cheaper IEMs with the more expensive ones. But trust me, when I say that something about a certain IEM or something about that IEM, I've said it because I've heard it. I'm not saying it because I heard it briefly and have a recall roughly that the sound was like this. No, no, no. If I say X IEM sounds this way compared to Y IEM, I've heard it. I've got it. 95% positive or guaranteed that I have it. All right. Anyway, guys, that's just a small little take of mine on this whole issue. And yeah, let's wait and see for the reply from TANGZU. Take care.